The vast majority of people, statistically, that get a divorce end up remarrying. And why is that? One of the main reasons is that when people get a divorce, they feel a sense of loneliness, a sense of emptiness inside. They had somebody, they slept next to them, they had a life together, maybe they had children together, they had routines, they had adventures, they had vacations. They had all kinds of episodes together, whether those are good episodes, bad episodes, whether those are all fights, maybe some of those were romantic endeavors, maybe they were friendship building experiences. When people get a divorce, one of the things they mention most often is they feel a void, a terrible void. There's a sense of loneliness and emptiness doing things on their own, which begs the question, and this is an age old question: are human beings supposed to be alone? Is there anything wrong with being alone? Is there anything wrong with living your life without that sort of romantic companionship on a regular basis? Many people are single. Many people remain single. We used to call bachelors bachelors as though they were something epic or something legendary. Of course, there were pejorative terms to women who didn't marry or have children, all of those unfair and unfounded. But there used to be this glorification of it from one side and not from the other. We live in an age in which we have an abundance of opportunities for practically any proclivity that we want to have an opportunity to fulfill any of our desires. Can all of those desires be fulfilled during a marriage? And if not, when somebody gets a divorce, is that better for them short term, long term? Does that provide them with a sense of fulfillment on a regular basis? Or is there that chasm? Is there that void that somebody needs to fill, that empty space? And I'm not going to go Taylor Swift and do the blank space punny stuff, but the people generally say to me when I've talked to them, I can't tell you who, what, where, when, and why, but they generally say to me that there was this emptiness in the house, that there was nobody to talk to except for myself. There was nobody to go to lunch with, dinner with, nobody to share the experience of even watching a sports game, Super Bowl, a TV show on Netflix or Amazon Prime. People really feel like they want to have shared experiences. They want to build on something. But then comes the other component of this. Once you've been divorced and felt that pain, not just the financial pain, but the pain of separating, the pain of ending a friendship, the pain of whatever caused your divorce, whether it was infidelity, whether it was never seeing each other due to work schedules, whether it was some sort of bankruptcy or substance abuse issue. Those are really common reasons to end a marriage. Once you've felt that pain, how willing are you to go through with it all over again and experience that? Not everybody is, and with good reason. So this is something to carefully consider, but statistically speaking, people that have been divorced end up remarrying. And there must be something to it. Not necessarily divorcing a second time or a third time, but remarrying. And I remember having a conversation many years ago with somebody who was divorced, and they said that my second wife was in fact the love of my life, not my first wife. I got married, I was young. There were all these reasons and pressures to get married, but it wasn't until later, after that marriage failed and collapsed, it wasn't until later that that person actually had the time, the wherewithal, the status job-wise and in life. They'd lived a little bit. They knew what they were looking for. They knew what they liked. They knew what they wanted, and they could make more careful decisions and take their time building something to ensure that person really was the right person and not just the next somebody to fill that aforementioned void. Thank you very much, everyone.